Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Since I've mentioned in a few videos that I've only bought one bag per year for the last 6 years, it's only this year, 2020, that I ventured out and bought 2 bags. But prior to that, for the last 6 years, I have bought 1 bag per year. So I thought it would be fun to show you the bags that I chose each year for those 6 years. I'll give you a little backstory into how this started in the first place. Prior to 2011, I've always loved bags. I bought them occasionally, mostly contemporary, although I did have a Neverfull and a Speedy that I bought in Europe, and a couple of Prada bags, but those were bought over time. I wasn't really into luxury bags per se. So around 2011, I discovered that there was a whole community centered around luxury bags, and I fell completely down the rabbit hole. And that was also around the time that I started watching luxury YouTube. So in 2011, I bought 3 classic flaps and a Chanel tote. Although I could afford it, I had a doctorate degree, no debt, no kids, so it's not that I couldn't afford those bags, but it just didn't sit well with me to spend that much money and buy so many things in such a short period of time. So I decided to pare down, and in 2012, I don't think I bought any bags at all. In 2013, I bought a bag as a push present to myself, and I bought a crossbody bag because, believe it or not, with all these bags, I did not own one crossbody bag, and I thought with a new baby, I definitely need a hands-free option. So right after that, I made the decision, especially because factors in my life had changed. I was just taking a less is more approach to life in general, and I had very different priorities. So while I could still afford to buy more than one bag per year, I decided that that was what I was comfortable buying. And it really forced me to think about what I really wanted as opposed to what I just liked. Now, don't get me wrong, in retrospect, I am so happy that I bought those Chanel classic flaps because to this day, those are the only classic flaps that I own. But it still really forced me to reconsider my consumption and spending. And that's when I really got into a more mindful and purposeful way of thinking, not just about luxury, but about life in general. I started to notice that because now I'd set some boundaries and the next bag wasn't just going to be around the corner, it gave me the time and the space to enjoy and appreciate the bag that I had just bought, rather than always thinking about the next bag. In 2011, not long after I got the Chanel Maxi, I was already thinking about when I would get the Chanel Jumbo. Then I got the Chanel Jumbo, and a couple weeks had passed, and I was already thinking about how nice it would be to get the Chanel Medium Large. So setting this boundary with myself, I think really grounded me and centered my thoughts in appreciation as opposed to anticipation. So I call myself a luxury minimalist, and I think that this is when that started. So stay tuned and we'll go through the 6 years and what bag I got for each of those years. So in 2014, I got the Chanel Mini in black caviar leather with silver hardware. This was a really good buy. I'm not gonna lie. If I had any idea how difficult these Chanel Minis would be to get, I probably would have bought, back in 2014, the red version of this, which was my perfect red. And it was available, but I had committed to this one bag per year, so I got the black. So rather than mulling over the bag that got away, I'm grateful that I have this bag. I also got it at a really great price. They were $2,400 US back then. I think I used about $500 or so in Saks Rewards points, so I paid a little under $2,000 for this bag, and they're almost $4,000 now, so this was a really great buy, and I've gotten so much use out of this bag. So this was my bag for 2015, the Louis Vuitton Pochette Monogram. I had always liked this bag, but I was not into monogram canvas, so I didn't get it. By 2015, I had gotten over my disdain for that print, and I just really love the shape of this bag. This is still to this day one of my most used bags. My original bag was actually recalled, so LV gave me a brand new one a couple of years ago. I've taken much better care of it. This became my weekend running around with a child, parks and playgrounds and museums, so this has come in really handy over the years, and I'm so happy that I really thought about it and got this bag. So the Pochette Matisse really got me over my disdain for monogram, because in 2016 I got my second Neverfull and I got it in the monogram print, and I thought it would be a lighter print for the summer, and at that point I only had 2 work bags, so I was wearing them for 6 months at a time each, and they were both really worn. So I definitely needed another 1 to 2 bags for work, so I wouldn't wear out my bag so quickly. This was the perfect addition. I still use this bag for about 3 months straight for work during the year. As you can see by the straps, they're really dark now. This bag has gotten a ton of use. I also got it from Selfridges in the UK. They used to have a personal shopper program, and you could take advantage of the UK discount. I'm pretty sure they have gotten rid of that program, because I tried to do it again and I've never heard back from them after I bought this bag, and I think I also got my mini pochette in that same order. So this is the bag that changed my handbag buying trajectory. This is the Hermes Evelyn in the TPM size in the color Vuitton. I got this bag in 2017 after owning my Chanel Mini and my Pochette Matisse. I was really loving crossbody bags, and I saw this bag on YouTube and I fell in love. They were pretty difficult to get back then. I'm not sure how hard they are to get now, but I had a relationship with my SA that I still have to this day, and she was able to get this bag for me. I originally had it in the black, and she found me the gray, which was my original request, and so I was able to exchange it. But I'll be honest, I wasn't getting as much use out of it. But this has become the bag that I've used the most during quarantine. Every time I leave the house for short trips, this is usually what I take with me. It is so handy. I'm really grateful to this bag also because it introduced me to Hermes craftsmanship. This bag costs less than Chanel mini bags. This was the bag that opened my eyes to, if Hermes makes bags for under $2,000 with this kind of craftsmanship, I could only imagine what their premier bags would be like. So in 2018, I almost didn't buy a bag at all, but towards the end of the year, Hermes Bendel was closing, and for the first time ever, I started shopping there, and I got this bag both as a memento, but also, as I mentioned earlier, I was pretty short on work bags, so I purposely tried to find something that I would be able to wear to work, and this bag really fit the bill. I'd originally gotten 2 of these, and then I reminded myself about my 1 bag per year rule, so I got rid of the other one, and this has come in really handy for work. Although Hermes Bendel makes beautiful handbags, really had to consider that I already had enough occasional weekend bags that I loved and I wanted to get use out of. If I added a Hermes Bendel handbag, it would be competing with Chanel flaps, and if I'm being totally honest, I would always pick my Chanel flap bags. So this was a much more mindful purchase, and I've added this to my work bag rotation. So again, it takes the pressure off of my other work bags so that I'm only using each bag for 3 months out of the year. Ideally, I would probably have 1 more work bag, so that's something that I'll work on in the future. So I paid $111 for this bag on sale, down from around $500. So as you can see, when I made the commitment to 1 bag per year, that was irregardless of price or brand. So whether that 1 bag costs several $1,000s or just $100, it was not just about reducing the amount of money I was spending on an annual basis, but also reducing the number of things that I was consuming and accumulating in my life. So this was my bag for 2019. I have many videos on why I decided to buy this bag, how I got this bag, my buying experience, so I'll link those videos below. But I'll just say that for many years I was not interested in the Birkin, even though I shopped at Hermes. This was never something that I asked for, but I love the quality of my Evelyn. I'd also come to a point in my life that I liked hand carry bags again. I love the silhouette and the simplicity of this bag, and I will say, irregardless of the price, this is one of the best bags that I have ever bought. This is also the reason why my one bag per year has ceased, because as we all know with Hermes, when an opportunity comes to get the bags that you want, you kind of have to seize those opportunities when you get them. And so my one bag per year stopped in 2020 because if you watch my unboxing videos, you'll know that I bought a Birkin and a Kelly earlier this year from the boutique. And I'm really happy with those bags, so no regrets, but I'm really proud that I stuck it out for those 6 years and really thought about the bags that I loved and or would use the most. There were many bags during this time that I really liked. As I mentioned earlier, that red Chanel mini flap was the perfect red, and I still have a red Chanel bag on my wish list. I really love the Chanel Boy, the Dior Diorama, the Chanel DeVille, the Lady Dior, Fendi Peekaboo, Givenchy Antigona. So there were so many bags during these 6 years that had I not been more mindful about my purchases, I could have ended up with. And they're all really nice bags, but looking back at it now, of the bags that I mentioned, with the exception of that red Chanel mini and maybe the Lady Dior, I would not buy any of those bags today. So I feel that I really benefited from having a more mindful mindset to luxury buying. So that's my video, guys. My question to you, I lasted 6 years. How long do you think you would last only buying one bag per year? Or do you not think that you could do that at all? Or maybe you've gone longer and bought even less. Another question to think about, if you could only buy one bag in 2021, what would your one bag be? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.